Are you listening? Damn.
Another episode of Trash Talk. TJ O'Connor with me, as always, my partner Damian, the Wolverine Hill, and we're joined tonight by Angel Pacheco. And we're going to get into a little bit of the first seminar on November 23 at Valhalla. I didn't have a chance to make it there, but I've heard from you guys that did have a chance that it was great. A lot of good stuff that was worked on.
A lot of stuff that's effective. I only got to go to the boxing seminar. I wasn't able to stay for the MMA one. But a lot of things that are effective in boxing are simple, but it's the small details. And I asked him. I was lucky enough to be with Damien, so we're having fun all the time.
Yeah.
I was able to ask him certain things and why he did things certain ways. And right away, he explained why he did it and how he did it, And I think that's really important, especially if you're learning something, not just knowing, okay, do it this way, but the explanation behind it as well. Because, like, for example, the check hook that I was talking to him about, he was kind of explaining, like, why you can use it either as, like, a punch that's going to be solid, which mine never works that way. It's always kind of like a glancing blow just to hit the right hand, though,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And then he was showing me how to skip over even from the left hook, not even throw it, just step out, boom, throw that right hand. So yeah, a lot of that stuff was really cool, actually. It reminded me a lot of my boxing coach, but I noticed a lot is the emphasis on the mid-range punches and the long-range punches is what I really noticed a lot. And I could tell it was very like European style, obviously, but I liked it. It was something new to me,
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that he was going over with me is I mean, it's one of those things like you already know, but every punch counts, And when I'm inside super close, the body, I could land a really powerful body shot, but I could give two really quick ones right to the face and get his head snapped back and then load up the really powerful shots, and he has no counter yet because he's still recovering, or you knocked him off balance and opened up something else and what have you, It's like, and knowing that, I mean, granted, we all know that this is chess, not checkers, but I just learned a new chess move, It's, I know to land some quick punches, but when you're on the inside, it's hard. Like my mind is already trained to go right to the body to land that hard body shot, especially I've taken a few. I know how they feel, and I want to make that happen to somebody else. So I fell in love with it, but it's not always the best thing, and there's better ways to set it up. I mean, just because it's there doesn't mean it's going to hurt a guy. Like, your opponent's going to know it's there too. Why not get him off balance and hit him when he doesn't know it's there? And he really emphasized that to me, I mean, and that's one of the things that I liked a lot too, is that he didn't just give everybody the same advice.
Yeah, it was really cool. Another thing I noticed a lot too was like the setting up punches, and not many people talk about it, but it's like boxing's a simple art,
Yeah.
It's pretty much 4 punches that you're gonna throw.
Yeah.
And there's kind of predictability to where you're going. Like, if I step to my right, I can get hit by a left hook or a straight cross, but they're gonna have to kind of reach across their body, kind of thing. So he was explaining things too. Like, I mean, like I said, it's very simple, but you don't really think about it until you get told to think about it, kind of thing. You always are going to know what the next punch is after you make a move, and you kind of have to think 3 steps ahead in order to beat somebody that's good at it.
Yeah. Whoa. When he was going over the jab and stepping off and getting to the outside and then landing that the straight right, because oh man, so he was saying, you're fighting, and he's talking about fighting an experienced boxer. He's not talking about fighting just somebody off the streets, He's like, assume everybody you're fighting knows what they're doing. So it's like, if you're sitting there pawing a jab, that they're going to think, oh yeah, he's not committing to that jab. I'm just going to counter that right away. So why not give him that counter where you think that they're going to commit, because you're just pawing it, paw it, and they go right to the outside, whether they're going to throw their straight or not. Go right to the outside of their punch that they're most likely going to throw. Be there already, and because you know that they're going to throw it, you just have to assume that they are. And if they throw nothing, you're still in a good position to land a punch, And oh man, I just loved it. He just went over so many things, and it was so simple. And him just pointing it out, like, yeah, dude, you're right. Wow, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, and he also talked about kind of the logic of like how we were doing the drills on the rope, where you wouldn't let them hit you the first punch, and then you kind of pat the next one come and like clinch pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
the mindset behind that is why you're not letting them hit you is so that they not necessarily overextend, but overcommit with their aggression. So you can get close to turn them kind of thing. Or let them come in aggressive, slip out, and then counter. I mean, like I said, I know a lot of high-level boxers understand these things, but if you're like mid-level, even high-level like myself, I consider myself a high-level boxer.
I do too.
Yes, I agree.
You've proven yourself.
You have to constantly work on these things, and if you don't see that in the gym, especially like an MMA gym, a lot of MMA striking is more so kickboxing. It's not very much footwork, and I'm not trying to like shit on kickboxing or anything. I love kickboxing too. I'm just saying it's a simple movements that are making you have a huge advantage in fights, and it's not always stay in front of somebody, especially in MMA. Like those small little gloves, you don't want to stay in front of people. You want to just cover up like this,
Yeah.
I mean, some of us still do it, but I do feel like myself, I learned a lot. Like the stuff with the jab, especially where he was talking about setting up people with like mid-range punches, and then long-range punches and stuff like that. Like, I'm not going to go too much into it because he's going to do another seminar. If anybody's watching, they should go Saturday. I'm going Saturday. I'm trying to get some guys from Start to go with me. I already got one guy that's a fighter that said he's going to join me. So hopefully he don't skip out. It's his loss if he does. But
say his name so he can't back out. No, I'm joking.
I will. Max Bradley, you better be there next week.
Hell yeah, you better be there.
But no, I guess the simple facts of his style is different in the sense like he watched a spar and he was talking about like the bobbing stuff. And my style, I tend to bob a lot. Like I like to go over under, which in MMA could be dangerous, obviously due to knee stuff like that. And something I noticed like in the seminar is he didn't really care for that too much. Like he changed levels, but not to the point of bending knees so low, And it's just like I said, it's that European style kind of turning. It's just different. And like I said, I enjoy learning things. And I honestly think as a fighter, if you are going to take that seminar, you kind of have to be an intelligent fighter. Like you can learn it still, even if you're not, but you probably won't apply it. Like if you're a guy that just moves straight forward and throws overhand rights all the time when you fight, probably not going to use the stuff. You know what I'm saying? But if you're like myself, I'm aggressive, but I like to set people up. And everything he was showing us was setups. It's just set. And like I said, I told you right away, like when we were 4 moves in, I was like, holy shit, this is crazy. Like
I couldn't say it any better. I'm still kicking my own ass for scheduling my flight to land during the first seminar. I'm excited to speak with Stefan and learn from him this week. Angel, I couldn't have said it any better than you did to wrap it up. Again, November 30th, Saturday, 10 a.m. There's going to be another seminar. Be there. Like Angel said, if you're a smart fighter and you want to work on a different approach.
Yes, it's great work. He, like I said, after the seminar, even we did some boxing sparring, and he kind of watched us and told us what he thought we should work on. And I was like, yes, 100%. I agree. Thank you. I appreciate it. He's a great guy. He's nice. He's humble. And he knows his shit. He knows a lot. So if you guys can make it, you better get there. It's awesome.
Are you listening? Damn.